Okay, Unit 7 Test Study Guide, question number 7. Please place the following terms in the correct box. Measures of central tendency. Where is the middle of the data? That's what central tendency is about. The mean is one measure of the center, and again, that is the average. Okay, the median is another measure of center, and that is the middle number. And the mode is the other way to talk about the center of the data, and that is the number that shows up most often. So those are the measures of the center that we have. The measures of variability, again, that's how spread out is the data. The spread of the data, the range would be how far spread out all of the data is. The interquartile range, I'll mark it as IQR. The interquartile range is how spread out the middle 50%, the middle half of your data. It's how far it is spread out. Again, the range, it's the spread of all the data. And then the last one that is a variability is the MAD, and that is the average distance of the data points and in this class we're always going to be comparing it to the mean. Alright, we'll do those in some of the future problems. So that was it for that problem. Question 8. Please circle the term that's most affected by the outlier. An outlier would be, if we have our data here, if we have a lot of data points here, but then we have one number way out away from the others. The mode is just what shows up most, so that's not going to affect the mode that much. The median, the middle of the data. If we put these numbers in order from least to greatest and found the middle of them, that one point isn't going to throw that off very much. The thing that it is going to throw off is our average, just like the ones we've had in the past where one person's salary is way higher than everybody else that works at a company. It throws off the average or the mean salary more than it throws off the other two. Is there always a mode? The mode is a number that shows up most often, so it's possible that all the numbers just show up the same amount, so that would mean there would be no mode. So is there always a mode? No, there can be no mode. Okay, can there be more than one mode? If you have a couple of numbers that show up 3 or 4 times and then the other numbers all just show up once, it is possible to have more than one mode. So yes, you can have more than one mode. Okay. Question number 11. Which data set has the greater variability? And again, remember, variability is about how far spread out the data is. It's about the spread of the data. We're talking about how variable it is. Interquartile range is the middle 50%, and this is saying that for this set, it's spread out over 8.5 spaces, whereas on set B, the middle 50% is spread out over 3 spaces. This is spread out over more spaces. This is more variable. The larger the interquartile range, the more variable the data. So set A has the greater variability. And be careful of which word we're using here, because now on number 12, which which data set has less variability, which data set is less spread out. The MAD, again, would be if you have your data set, if this is the mean or the average, the MAD would be if the data points were all averaged out, how far away from the mean would they be? So this data set is saying that, hey, if you spread them out, if you average them out, they would all show up 6 away from the mean. This data set is saying that if they showed up, they would be 4 away. 4 away. So as far as which one is less variable, and again, which one is less spread out, these are closer to the mean, so these are less spread out, so that is set D.